So it's now just being efficient around the rim in that paint in that three-point area. Total complete game.
RJ, the great hustle, saves it to CMB, goes in. How about that? Takes the physicality, swoops underneath, and with a kiss off the glass.
You got to give credit to RJ Barrett saving that play.
Hero puts up the shot at CMB, elevating and tearing it down. Barrett with it. Up top to Shed. Raptors their largest lead. B.I. with Larson there. Up fake. Room. Bucket. Pray. And I'm not talking about like church. I'm like, he's prayed. And he saw. Right?
You might want to pull
do
out
both.
He needs some bail money. He might be going to jail for assault on Lawson the way he's scoring over.
What a ride for Mark Shapiro, Ross Atkins, the entire organization. I remember early in the season after a game in San Antonio, everybody huddled around after we were spending the night watching the Blue Jays and the 18-inning game. By the time you got back to your room as CMB throws it down. You had a couple hours before the plane was taken off, but everyone has those sort of stories. That's why it's so special. Look forward to the entire season of the Jays as RJ CMB has been a major force. He's plus 20.
Just been outstanding. The receiver on that last pass from B.I. defensively. He's in the passing lane. He's rebounding the rock. He's just bringing that energy and that identity to this Raptors team in this first half.
Raptors, their largest lead. They're on a 17-2 run. Adebayo cut off. Look at CMB. I mean, just his activity and then quickly, and it all rubs off.
They are. And how about this pass? Right with the right hand, right under the defense. Great catch. Finishing with the left hand. He likes it himself.
He's also saying, ouch. But you have that natural instinct to throw it down hard.
Because it's bigger than you. That dunk right there, that just showed Miami Heat. You lay down there. You stay down there. It goes throughout the entire team when you're playing with that force and energy.
Here's Adebayo. Off balance, end of the clock. RJ Barrett with it. Here's quickly. B.I. double. And a foul is called. And Darko Rajakovic instructing Mamukelashvili.
It's the ideal situation. You have to come back over, line of the sight of the vision because the double team has come. Now you got your three-point shot or a swing for someone else.
So bonus situation, and Ingram to the line. He has 18 first half points.
And just continue to keep going to the free throw line.
19 now. Norm Powell in. Khalil Ware in. Technical foul is going to be charged to Tyler Hero, so he had a few words to say as he left the floor to Evan Scott. And no doubt, this is a Miami Heat team that is frustrated mightily against the Toronto Raptors.
And there's times where it looks like they're just falling apart. You know, it's frustrating. The tech and the point. But, you know, it's frustrating. It's frustrating when you get to this point in the season, things aren't going well for you. And again, you can tell a lot of the times the makeup of the team and where they are emotionally and psychologically from their defensive output.
It's a 20-2 run. The Heat haven't scored since the 5:46 mark with respect to a field goal. That's their first one since the 5:46 mark of the first half. 65-48. Well, the expectations are always high. And whether that's a well-constructed roster or not in Miami, they always believe that they can win. And you think back to 4 consecutive years in the play-in. And then they went to the NBA title in 2023, losing to Denver. Denver. But times obviously change, roster changes, and you would expect them to be active in the offseason.
And I think that's a gift and a curse, right? The Miami Heat getting all the way to the finals and losing to the Denver Nuggets as a play-in team.
Yeah.
Right? And then you think that's always a possibility, but the reality of this team isn't good enough. It's not good enough to really make those advances right now. So you may have to reconstruct or give a different outlook on where this team truly is.
Do the players feel that as the shot clock is down, Mamu? Players feel that? You look around and you go, you know, we're just not there. When you had Jimmy Butler, you said, okay, we got Jimmy and playoff Jimmy.
Exactly. You have somebody that can drive the team, but that runs his course as well. But players, I think when you have been there already, you know what it takes. Those players, you know, the other players, they feel like they're just part of something special. As you see Mitchell still dropping his shoulder, getting to the rack, finishing over top of quickly. But as a player, you're always competing. We always believe, every game you believe you got a chance to win. But again, when you Bam Adebayo and Tyler Hero and other guys that's been there, you know the reality and what you need.
Mamu lays it up and through as he darts to the cup. Quickly with the steal. Great anticipation. Quick lets it fly. Rebound for Mamu. He'll pull it out. Scotty has it knocked away by Powell. 9 seconds on the shot clock.
Quickly, you asked why he took that shot. He's looking for a 2-for-1 opportunity for the Toronto Raptors. So it wasn't a bad shot. It was an opportunity for the Raptors to get 2 possessions out of 1.
Ingram to Mamu. 5 seconds. Up fake. Ingram over Adebayo in the foul. 18.2 to go.
That's a good matchup. I'm excited to see that Bam Adebayo, who's a very good defensive player and has the size, but B.I., once he gets to that point, there's not much you can do.
You know, he truly is, when he rises up, he's an elevator. You think you're going to the 5th floor, and the next thing you know, you arrive at the 8th.
Yeah, no, that's what he does, and that's his superpower when it comes to being a shooter and an offensive player.
Stay tuned for the Raptors Subway halftime show with Brad Sherman, Matt Bonner.
And the other thing about his shot, it's not just that it's high. It comes back a little bit, so it's a little behind his head, so it makes it even more difficult to challenge it.
What a first half by Brandon Ingram. Raptors up 19, matching their largest lead. 23 for B.I. Mitchell. Guarded by Shed. Screen set. After trailing 7-0.